me about the testings that they did in airport, the vaginal testings that they did in airports. That sort of reminded me of the way in which the Home Office just a couple of years ago were asking for really intimate videos as proof that LGBT asylum seekers were actually LGBT. So the question that I want to ask is sort of in the movements in the 80s, how did women organise? How did the anti-racist movement respond to racist policies and racist things that happened that specifically affected women?
I think there was a huge amount of sexism and patriarchy within the black movement. We have to accept that and acknowledge it. And it had to be fought. But we did fight it, and we did get somewhere. But what happened in that era, which I think again is a lesson which should be repeated, is that wherever we organize, whether we organize as black women or we organize as black people, we needed that safe space to plan things, to move forward, and so on. That didn't mean we excluded other people necessarily. And that is a key thing. You know, like Asad was saying, we were also on the picket lines with white workers, mainly white workforces. But we had that safe space to ourselves. And black women did organize separately for that reason. And I think we still need to do that. And that's happening. You've got Sisters Uncut. I belong to an organization called Freedom Without Fear platform, which is linking up with what's happening globally, because, of course, now globalization is that much more important. The other thing which I wanted to quickly say was that, as we've heard, there are those black people who have moved on and have forgotten what they went through in earlier years. And it was interesting to look at some of the clips there, because we had, for example, Paul Boateng, who we used to really look up to in those days. He was a wonderful lawyer, and he stood up for, in many, many cases. And look at him now. I mean, you know, so there was a lot of that going on. And that is partly because of a strategy of the state to pick people off, to give them good jobs. And the whole question of the voluntary sector, okay, fine, we're losing it now, and so we've got to fight for it. But let's not forget that that came as a sop to buy people off, you know, to put people up as community leaders. We made the best of it, but it certainly broke a lot of the militancy of the black movement. And we've got to be aware of that now, because austerity means those voluntary sectors are going to finish anyway. And maybe that'll give us a chance to have a more militant struggle.
So I was going to open up to questions from the floor.